Oh, Mark, this trial. I've been waiting since last episode to this episode, man.
Yes. My heart, I can feel it beating through my chest.
We got a whole bunch of truth bullets and not enough asses to put them in. Let's do this.
Let's continue.
Back at Danganronpa with Markman and Paulguy. He's Markman.
He's Paulguy.
So let's do it.
Let's go. Let's hit this button. You ready?
Yep.
Ah.
Damn.
Oh, damn. If I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say?
Yes!
Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Is it switching the name?
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
The bathroom door.
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there.
What?
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more?
Absolutely. I have no idea what that means.
As things advance further in a class trial, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and the letters already known.
What?
Like legit Hangman? Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Oh no! Use the left stick to aim and press the A button to shoot the desired letters. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this gauge reaches 0 or if you run out of time, you fail.
You lose.
Well then, good luck and have fun.
Something that should have been at the scene but wasn't. That must be the crucial point. If we just figure out what that something is, the dumb bitch could just tell us!
I know. Alright, let's... Time to play Hangman, Mark.
Okay, 4 letters. What? Is it the girl's name?
No. Oh, A. Oh my god, why can I
don't know.
I'm stupid.
Miss.
H blank I blank.
I thought it was like her name.
No, something is missing. Hair! A.
Oh!
A. What?
I won't let me. Eh.
Oh, hit one is red.
That's true.
And then R. Yes, that's right. All the hair is gone.
That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, doesn't it?
Look at you sweating over there, you SOB.
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Uh-huh.
Then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to
Stop speaking in riddles!
Mark.
Just tell us!
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene?
I was going to say the bathroom
Sayaka
door.
was
Yeah.
attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember?
Yes, the screw, the door knobs.
Killer's struggling into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is the object the killer broke. Ooh, gotta find it.
Oh, we got 6 minutes.
The doorknob.
Yeah. Oh, that is. Sorry.
Present.
I got it!
Got it!
Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom.
Yeah.
It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh, yeah, true.
I brought the whole door to show
Yeah,
you.
here's the door.
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
Yeah, because I know how to open the
So
door.
what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act.
I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debate.
Jeez.
I would love to hear.
Yes, tell us more.
From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is, not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage.
Oof.
Now, this is important, because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions.
Okay.
Well then, good luck. And don't forget, have fun!
Oh my goodness. Bathroom door frame. Yep, that's the next point of...
So it's L and X.
Yes, to fire it.
The incident took place in Makoto's room.
Yep.
Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
Yep.
Yep.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Yep.
Yep.
Then the killer ran after her,
Okay.
and they got into the bathroom.
Yep. Yep. All right.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
There it is.
No!
How do you know, Leon? Break!
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked.
Can't be locked.
After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, Leon. What do you think
My
about
bathroom
that?
door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be.
Gotcha.
But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door, that's not lucky at all.
Or is it?
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
Oh, the door, the names were switched.
That's right. Yeah, they switched the nameplates. So was convinced the bathroom door was locked because of the nameplates.
So they
Yeah.
didn't know that the door actually couldn't be locked.
Damn.
In other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime they didn't know was...
The crime took place... What?
So it looks...
The crime did take place in your room.
Yeah.
Do the top one.
Okay.
No, there's absolutely no doubt that your room was the scene of the crime. Shit! I'm sorry.
So you already realized, right? You don't have to...
Overthink this one.
Okay.
Looks like I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone. Great. Sorry, Mark. That was me.
The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked. So they
did?
shouldn't know that the door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene was...
That's a trick fucking question.
Yeah.
The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
Shit.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's
inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
That's kind of weird.
ultimately,
But
we
that's why
can't know
Leon
if
was so
it came open by
fixated that the
force
things
or
were
simply by
switched.
accident. But
You're correct. Okay, yeah, of course.
the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door open.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
There, that's right.
That's right. That's what I've been trying to fucking tell you, dumbos.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
Get out of here.
What happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Like my hair.
It's Leon.
Does
Kill
no
him.
one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial.
Well,
they
how
may
does?
seem. Oh, as a matter of
I
fact,
don't know.
I do have one question.
What's the question?
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Good question.
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Ooh,
Maybe
shit.
Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't
No.
think so. That seems
Because we
way too
switched on our
convenient.
way out. We were in our room when we switched the keys.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative. If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Oh, boy.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy
Well, you are just like paper thins. You just kind of slid
Yeah, I was
underneath,
gonna say.
slid underneath the door frame.
could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
No.
That can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his
Shut up, you
place.
fucking incel.
Oh, why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's the answer right there. There's no way to let someone in because... I think it should be this. We switched rooms.
Keep going. Oh, no, keep going. Okay, go up. So there's no way Sayaka let someone in
Switched
because...
rooms.
I mean, we agree. Yeah, I mean, they agree. Go ahead.
I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
Ah, same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is,
Open
don't
the door
open the
for-
door
yeah,
for
for
anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching? Exactly. Thank you.
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What
right.
if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
Why would
I know
she
you
lie?
don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
What the fuck is this?
What? There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes. Come see me in my room. Oh, shit. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Why did you wait this long to say something? Fuck you!
Because what if you were the killer?
I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap. I
Okay.
better make sure I rip the
Reel in your
paper off
ADD.
before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Oh, the room master, the student guy came in our room that morning.
Then
Do you think he
either
took
it
a
was
piece of paper, though?
Makoto, who lived there, or Sayaka, who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
So she wrote it.
Yeah. In that note. Sayaka wrote it.
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
Oh, and that's maybe why they were not. I don't know, because remember she came in because someone was knocking on her door.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Damn, you think she was playing us the whole time, and then she switched rooms so she was gonna try to kill whoever was in that room, but things went awry, and she was the one to end up dying.
Oh shit!
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
You need to die! Get out of here!
Are
God!
you sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
We just have to try to find this note.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
I would love to hear what you have to say. This is the fucking courtroom.
My God, for the first trial, this is crazy.
I'm paying attention.
God, here we go. Here we go again. Make your argument, Mark. Yeah. Sayaka probably switched the nameplates.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Yes.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
No! No, that was what I was supposed to do!
If someone did read the note and did what they would not have any connection to what happened.
He's gonna replay it again. So.
It certainly would seem that way.
Plus, it's just the one time. Killer went to the room instead of Sayaka's, and the reason for that is because of what got switched between my and Sayaka's room. Yeah.
Okay. Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note,
Yeah.
the plate it specifically says, I see.
Well, the voice has got
Someone
fucked.
read, then they would have gone to Sayaka's
So I think
room.
it's this one.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
Try it, I guess.
No, that's wrong.
Shut up! Listen to what I have to say! Listen to me!
The nameplates on my and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
Yes.
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name.
That's right, it did.
And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
That's right.
Oh man, Mark, oh dude, I think you're right.
Was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem.
Easy
And the one
squeezy.
who switched the names was Well, of course it wasn't you, right?
No!
Makoto?
No!
Right?
Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who would have switched the nameplates. Yep. Sayaka.
Yeah.
I got it! Me and Sayaka
Mark.
were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
So, talked about just the two. Yep. See me in my room. Shit.
She specifically
Make
tells
sure
the
not to
reader
get the
to
wrong
check the
room.
nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
Oh my god.
The only thing that is a little iffy on me, because no, it was her idea, wasn't it? Because didn't we, like, hey, if you want, you can stay in our room tonight.
We offered, but she came to us saying she was nervous.
But yeah, no, she came to us saying she was nervous, and then for like, oh, well, you can stay in my room tonight. And then did she say... No, did she say we can switch rooms? Or did we say that that's going to look weird because... I can't remember.
I can't remember if she brought it. I don't know who brought it, but someone brought up.
She would only have to bring that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
Why would she switch them in the first place?
She
No, she must have, because if she told Leon to come to her room, she had to get you out of there.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited.
Oh, we're getting to the nitty gritty.
And attacked her.
Oh,
We
I think
figured
it's
it
the other
out.
way around.
We know
I
who
think
did
so
it.
too.
Whoever she invited over is the culprit.
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot.
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes?
Yeah.
You look at it. You mother
Perhaps
effer.
the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
She was holding it.
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I
Damn,
had
she's
to
been
defend
setting this
myself.
up for the whole time.
It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
Reason you know is because she has the gold on it.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. Let's go find that picture. Yep. X.
I got it!
I got it.
I got it!
All you
I got
have
it
to do is
again.
Take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear.
Pretty
right
clear.
there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Bring her body. Right here on this
Check
wrist.
this out.
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You
That's
barely
right.
have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
That's right.
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
All right, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
Like my hair.
What happened in my room and what led to Sayaka's death.
So we need to make
That's
clear.
what we need to make clear.
There's a bit more to learn about the non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more?
I would
Jeez
love nothing more.
Louise!
Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? Starting the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder.
Oh, shoot.
Just like the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement.
Oh, shit.
If you come to the wrong in combination, you'll take damage and influence gauge. You can switch with the L button to rotate the cylinder. Okay, press and release L button to cycle for each bullet, or you can hold down the L button. Oops.
Yeah.
Alright, so hold down the L. Oh, so you hit L button and it takes the text away.
Oh.
Then use the left stick to select the right bullet. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. For our purposes this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean.
What?
Well then, good luck, have fun!
What? No, hold on! We set it to kind, you asshole! Don't you be changing it on us! Shit. Alright, replica sword, kitchen knife set, replica sword. Sheath. Oh, the sheath.
Okay.
The sheath. Okay. Huh.
The fighting broke out. The culprit grabbed the sword. And that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
No.
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
I think that might be the sheet.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Oh, there's two.
Well, there's 3 bullets.
Okay,
No. She probably No, here's probably what happened. She had the knife. She tried to go for him. It must have hit the sheath because there was cut marks on the sheath. And so then, to get the knife out of her hand, then he hit her with the sword.
Okay.
So I think... Ooh.
Okay.
There's no explanation how the certain part of the sword got damaged. Right.
When the fighting broke out.
So, sheath during the second...
Grabbed the sword.
So what about the first one?
And that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
Oh.
It's a knife set?
That's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist.
Did we miss? Or does it all happen at once? I don't know.
So she tried to fight back.
No.
She grabbed the
This one's
kitchen
sheath.
knife she had hidden away.
No, wrong one! No! I hit the wrong one! I didn't mean to do that.
What, you think something I said is wrong?
Shoot.
Shit!
No, sorry.
It's okay. We got 4 hearts still. We're good.
When the fighting broke out.
Alright, I'm just gonna...
Culprit grabbed. That's when the first
So
blow
it's
was
not this one.
sword-based sneak
I think that one's the knife. Unless there's multiple that we have to...
No, there's only one right. There's only one right thing.
She tried to fight back.
But it wasn't a sword sneak attack, though, I don't think. Alright, try this one. Oh, fuck. Okay, so the sheath then was the first one, then. Fuck!
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword.
Why'd you have to switch it to beam?
And that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
So, you said sheath right there?
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
Because the sheath had, like, marks on it,
Yeah.
so it shouldn't have been the first attack. So that's what... The first one's the sheath, then. That's what it is. The first one is the sheath. Alright, we still got time. So, I mean, it'll keep repeating. So, sheath for the first one. I think.
Culprit grabbed the sword. And that's when the first blow was dealt.
Yeah.
A sword-based sneak attack.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
No! Hold it right there, Hair!
Okay.
Actually, no.
Actually, no.
I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the
Kitchen knife.
That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath.
Ah, there we go.
If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so
Unless
how
you're
did
used
they
to
keep it
swinging
together?
something heavier.
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out.
Alright, you tell us.
The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What?
How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Her hands.
Yeah, it was her wrist, wasn't it?
What? So the sword hit her wrist. That's why it was gold marked. But if she held onto the sword,
if she would have held onto it, she would have had it.
On her,
but
yeah,
she
on
didn't.
Her hands, yeah. Palms.
Yeah.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean. So I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
Yep.
How can you know that just by looking at her
Because you get all that gold stuff.
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Good Lord.
She washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Oh, right, yeah. While she's dying, let me just wash my hands. With my broken
Sorry,
wrist.
but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
Yes, because you're ugly. Because we're trying to figure out who killed this person, and the only thing you can fucking think about is because you're ugly. Sure. Okay. Yeah, that's right. That's what it is. That's what it is.
That's not it at all.
You dumb fucking idiot.
Mark! Oh, I love you, man. Oh, somebody watched the gold. There's a certain regulation that talks about what happens in bathrooms at nighttime.
Oh, the water was off.
Yeah.
I got it!
Oh,
I forgot about
According
that.
to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:38. In other words,
This might be a little bit longer episode. I don't
Yeah.
think we can save in between
No,
reports.
we can't. We're gonna finish this.
Actually, I haven't taken a shower yet.
Yeah, you dumb, fucking, ugly piece of shit.
Jesus.
Fuck you.
Oh my God.
Oh my.
Oh my.
You
Oh
too.
my.
You too, walrus.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
Dang, she is. She's a loose
I'm
cannon.
not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword.
All right, everyone, let me see your hands.
Hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the
The sheath would have been the one without the sword.
The killer, right?
Nope, it's Sayaka. Damaged the sheath.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
Yeah, yep.
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was
Sayaka?
Yeah, that dirty little conniving
Now do
weasel.
you
my God.
understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
Yeah.
The knife from the kitchen then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation,
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
That's
Which
right.
brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct?
Oh crap.
Yeah.
The reason she
Yeah.
That's right.
was so that she could pin the crime on you.
Yep.
That is
Sayaka
Oh
wanted
shit.
to... On me?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh man, I knew it, man. I knew there was something up with her switching.
Switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by
Oh, and she was
committing
probably gonna
murder
switch him
there,
back when she was
Switch 'em back.
done.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
that would implicate Makoto.
Yeah.
But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping
See, I
the
knew
room swap a secret.
we should have killed her when we had the chance.
I guess so, Mark. Jeez.
If the target knew she had switched
Man.
they would have become suspicious of her.
So all that's why she switched the names?
That's
Doesn't
right.
that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Oof. Oh no.
Yeah.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar.
sure you... Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm with you,
Yeah,
Mondo.
oh my God,
Holy
freaking
shit.
Her plan backfired.
We just had to figure out who was the person who went in the room.
I know
what
who
is
would-
so.
I know who it is, but you know,
launched her attack
we gotta
at
play the
monster
we gotta play the
and
game.
found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on. That can't be true.
That's true.
Because...
That's true, me.
Unfortunately.
Hey, hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument.
Shut up!
You're being super boring right now.
You know what? We don't have time for your bullshit. Okay, dude? We're trying to figure out who killed this. You know,
Wouldn't it be
come on.
awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh, we're being timed?
Oh, yeah. We gotta decide who we think did it.
Well, we still have some more evidence, though.
Right now, you
do.
just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery.
We're trying to, but this
Can't
game keeps
uncover
beating
who
around the
murdered
fucking
Sayaka.
bush.
It's over for all of us.
I actually don't. I'm actually sad that we're not actually acting right now because we're not sitting here doing anything.
It's all over. I'm committed to find out who the killer, or who killed her. But who?
What can I do? As far as clues go, there's nothing left. Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
What about the numbers?
The numbers, the fucking, the dying message.
message. Okay.
That's yeah. And then there's also the stuff in the trash
It's easy
room.
just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
No, there is. Ha!
No.
Caught the tail end.
Yeah, no, just barely.
Why are you such a rush to kind of break out of it, Leon, huh?
One clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining. Wait, what did you say?
Oh yeah, what did we say,
He
Leon?
didn't even know.
She wrote something on the wall behind her. 11037. Written in her own blood.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask,
Ask away.
can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
There's no question that Sayaka wrote that message, and I can
Her
prove it.
finger.
Yep,
I got it!
I got it.
Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
Yeah.
Yep,
I see.
yep.
She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
That's right, Taka.
I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But what the heck do those numbers mean?
They're not numbers.
They're not numbers.
They're not numbers.
You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all
Right, because
about numbers.
I
and
know
shit.
computers. I know all about numbers.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not
That's
numbers.
right, they're not numbers.
Yes.
You dumb bitch who doesn't say things right out of the box.
Yeah, it looks like...
Looks like letters.
What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more
And
like
one letter.
letter?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, you're right. The connecting line
That's-
is
yeah.
Turn
right
it around.
there.
Turn it around.
So I assumed it was 1-1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Yep.
Whoa. You might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Damn. I think you and Mondo are spirit. Spirit.
But even if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
That's because it spells a name, and his name is Leon the Dick.
It's no use. I'm just so fucking dumb.
I'm just so boring and dumb.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Thank you, Kyoko. Just speak up sooner, please.
Yeah. Rotate it.
I think maybe.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
See? She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right on to who did it.
Yep.
So, whose name did she write?
Sorry, dang, this just reveals the killer's real name. Turn it 180 degrees. It's crystal clear.